Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Mindset Matters. I'm your host Mayuresh Srivastava, and today we are diving into something that affects all of us, whether we realize it or not. And trust me, it hits us hard. We are talking about cheap dopamine. Hope you all are aware about the dopamine. Yes, it's the same happy hormone that is responsible for making you feel good. Coming back to the topic, cheap dopamine, it sounds interesting, right? I mean, just look at the name itself. Cheap dopamine kind of gives us its real meaning. It's cheap, it's easy, it's everywhere. But the not so funny part is, it's costing us more than we think. Now, if you tune into my previous episodes, you already know how social media hijacks our brain's reward system. I have covered it in detail in my episode on Hooked on Scroll. If you haven't listened to it yet, I would highly recommend you to listen to it after this one. But guess what? That's just one piece of the puzzle. Today, we are going even deeper. We are broadening that conversation. Think about gambling, binge watching, porn, overeating. Basically, it covers everything that gives us instant pleasure. But what happens after that? Any guesses? It leaves us feeling worse afterward, isn't it? Ever noticed how one episode on Netflix turns into a 5-hour marathon? Or how just one more scroll on Instagram turns into an hour? We've all been there and done that without even realizing how much damage we are doing to ourselves. But here's the real question. Why does this happen at the first place? I'm sure we all must have thought at least once to figure out what's going on in our brain that makes us crave these quick, easy highs. And most importantly, how do we break free? Remember that Lay's commercial? No one can eat just one. It's like that commercial is all over our habit itself. In today's episode, we'll break it down to understand it fully, how these activities reshape our brain, how they trap us in a loop, and what we can do to regain control. Because let's be honest, we all want to enjoy life, but not at the cost of our goals, our health, our family life, and our happiness. Aiming or craving for dopamine is not wrong. It's the way we choose to get the dopamine hit that decides if the end result will leave you feeling accomplished or lost. So, stick with me because by the end of this episode, you'll have a whole new perspective on dopamine, discipline, and the real way to build a fulfilling life. Let's jump right in. Alright, let's start with the basics. What exactly is dopamine? You have probably heard it being called the feel good hormone, or to be more precise, a neurotransmitter. It's a key player in our brain's reward system, reinforcing behaviors that are essential for survival. Things like eating, social bonding, or achieving a goal. Sounds great, right? But here's where things take a turn. Not all dopamine hits are created equal. When we indulge in what I like to call cheap dopamine activities, our brain gets a quick, effortless hit of pleasure without any long-term benefits. I mean, it starts rewiring itself for cheap pleasures which are easily accessible without any extra effort. See, our brain is naturally wired to seek out deep, meaningful rewards, things that require effort, patience, and growth. But when we constantly feed it to these fast and easy pleasures, these cheap thrills, we start rewiring our brain in the wrong direction. Just focus on the word cheap thrills. Think about it. When you're genuinely hungry, what does your body actually need? A wholesome, home cooked meal like dal, roti, sabzi, something nutritious, right? But what do you actually grab? A plate of pani puri or a packet of chips? Why? Because it's quick, it's easy, and it's give you that temporary satisfaction. But does it really nourish you? Absolutely no. In fact, it might just leave you feeling even more hungry later. Now, apply that same logic to your dopamine driven behaviors. A hit of dopamine from endlessly scrolling your feed, placing a bet at a casino, binge watching an entire season in one sitting, or mindlessly snacking on junk food. It's all the same. Quick pleasure, but no real value. And here's the catch. The more we indulge in these cheap dopamine hits, the more we crave them. Our brains adapt, and over time, we start needing more stimulation just to feel the same level of pleasure. I have explained it in detail in our last episode on Hooked on Scroll. Suddenly, the things that once brought us real joy, like a deep conversation, working towards a goal, or even just appreciating the little things in our life start to feel dull in comparison to what we start doing the cheap thrills. It sounds really scary, isn't it? So, if you ever felt like you are constantly chasing instant gratification, but nothing ever feels truly satisfying, this might be why. And that's exactly we are going to dive into today. How to break free from the cheap dopamine cycle and rewire your brain for real lasting fulfillment. So stay with me. Let's dive deeper by looking at some real life examples. Alright, let's start with something a lot of people don't even realize they are doing. Gambling in the stock market. Sounds surprising, right? But think about it. Many beginners enter the market not as investors, but as gamblers, chasing quick profits, looking for that one stock that will make them rich overnight. Ever seen a stock price jump and you felt that rush of excitement? That sudden urge to buy before you miss out? It's like hitting a jackpot, isn't it? You enter the trade hoping to ride the wave, and boom, the price drops. Panic sets in. You think, maybe the next trade will recover my losses. And the cycle begins. A win gives you a dopamine rush. A loss makes you chase the next trade. And before you know it, you're not investing anymore. You're just feeding a habit. You're just gambling. The uncertainty, the quick wins, the sudden losses. It's exactly what makes gambling addictive. The real question is, are you investing strategically or are you just trading for that cheap thrill? Now let's talk about something we have all been guilty of at some point: binge watching. I mean, streaming platforms have literally mastered the art of keeping us hooked. I still remember how I got hooked to OTTs during the lockdown. Ever notice how episodes always end on a cliffhanger? Just when you think, okay, this is the last one, the next episode starts in few seconds itself. And tell me if this sounds familiar. You start a new show thinking, I'll just watch one episode, and then boom, 3 hours later, you're still on the couch and on the verge of finishing that season. This happens, right? Sometimes it's good to watch a series to gain a different perspective, but I personally believe that nothing should be more powerful than your willpower. If we sit down for one episode, we should stick to just one. I still hear from my friends that they sat down for one episode and ended up finishing the entire series in the same sitting. This clearly shows how slowly we are falling at the mercy of the makers of these shows. And that is where the real question of willpower comes into picture. If we have decided for something, then we should stick to it. Otherwise, what will happen? We are just falling at the mercy of the makers of the show or whatever we are watching. Remember the time when the whole nation was obsessed with one question? Katappa ne Bahubali ko kyun mara? That suspense kept people awake at night. Entire nation was asking, why did he do that? And that's how directors and producers keep us glued to our screens. Each episode is like a tiny dopamine snack for your brain, satisfying in the moment, but not exactly nourishing. And the worst part, before you know it, hours have disappeared. You look at the clock and think, where did my time go? Let's talk about something that's not often discussed, but definitely important: porn. Now, whether you agree or disagree with it, there's no denying one fact. It delivers a quick, intense dopamine surge. And here's the tricky part. Because it's so easily accessible and offers endless variety, it can start recalibrating our brain's expectations. Suddenly, real life intimacy doesn't seem as exciting, relationships feel different, and the actual effort required for connection seems tiring. Over time, the brain gets wired to expect instant pleasure without real emotional depth, and that's when it starts affecting the real life interactions. So, here is something to think about. Is your brain craving real connection or just another quick dopamine hit? Just ask that one question before taking that next step. The next one is overeating. Now, we all love good food, but let's be honest, most of our cravings are not for the healthy home cooked meals. It's the sugary, salty, and fatty stuff, the things that hit instantly but don't really nourish us. Tell me, when you're stressed, do you crave a bowl of steamed vegetable or a spicy plate of pani puri? Be honest. That's because junk food triggers the brain's pleasure centers in a way that real food doesn't. It's designed to keep you coming back for more. And just like binge watching or gambling, the more you indulge, the more your brain starts demanding those quick fixes more. There are so many theories with such popular ready to eat or packed food. yet we don't stop consuming. Why? Certainly because pleasure is so hardwired inside the brain that we don't give up on these foods. It's like this. Your body needs a balanced meal, but your brain keeps reaching for samosas, sweets, and chips instead. See the pattern? Whether it's gambling in the stock market, binge watching, or overeating, they all work the same way. They give us quick, easy dopamine hits without real lasting fulfillment. And the scariest part, over time, our brain starts demanding more of these quick fixes, while real life achievements start feeling boring. So, the question is, are you in control or is your dopamine controlling you? That's the biggest question if you're planning to control your cheap dopamine hits. Now, let's talk about something fascinating. How exactly does our brain get rewired by these behaviors? I mean, have you ever wondered why it's so hard to break a habit once it becomes a second nature? Why do we keep reaching for our phones, binge watching, or craving that one last trade in the stock market? Well, the answer lies in something called neuroplasticity, the brain's incredible ability to change and adapt based on what we repeatedly do. In most cases, people don't become their best by doing just one thing or one act. They need consistency. So if we think that some single trade or single reel will change our life, in most cases, it's not going to happen. You do it once, you get a dopamine hit, and then you try to get more. And you don't even realize when you got sucked into that dopamine cycle. Breaking free from it is easy. It just requires some awareness. Think about it. Your brain is constantly learning. The more you repeat an action, the stronger those neural pathways becomes. So when we keep indulging ourselves in cheap dopamine activities, our brain starts prioritizing short-term pleasures over long-term rewards. It literally rewires itself to seek out those quick highs, making it harder to enjoy things that require effort and patience. Let's break this down further with some real life example which we discussed earlier in the podcast. Take gambling in the stock market. At first, you might just be experimenting, right? Placing a small trade here and there just to see how it goes. But then something happens. You win a trade and suddenly that rush kicks in and you start feeling that you know the tricks of the trade. That what if feelings takes over. What if I place one more trade? Maybe I'll recover my losses. Maybe this time I'll hit a big and buy a new phone. I'm sure we all must have done it once in our life. That cycle of anticipation and reward conditions your brain to keep chasing that rush, just like gambling. In the case of binge watching, the more we binge, the harder it becomes to enjoy slow-paced entertainment, like reading a book or even having deep, meaningful conversations. Ever felt that restlessness when watching a slow movie? That's your brain rewired to expect constant stimulation. It shows that your brain has rewired for quick pleasures. The same goes for other behaviors. Porn can reset your brain's reward system so that real-life intimacy no longer feels as stimulating. And with overeating, the repeated consumption of high-calorie, low-nutrient foods can alter your taste preference and even affect your metabolism. So, what's the takeaway here? Well, the good news is this isn't permanent. Neuroplasticity works both ways. Just like we have trained our brains to crave instant pleasure, we can retrain them to seek out deeper, more fulfilling rewards. But the first step, awareness. Yes, recognizing how these habits are shaping your brain is the first step towards taking control back. So let me ask you, what habits are shaping your brain today? And more importantly, are they leading you toward the life you truly want or redirecting to in some other direction? The answer is yours and the choice is yours. That's it for today's episode. Thank you for joining me on this journey of uncovering the hidden traps of cheap dopamine. Stay tuned for part 2, Cheap Dopamine, Rewiring for Real Fulfillment, where we'll cover how you can reset it for a more fulfilling life. I hope you can now see how the cycle of cheap dopamine is more than just a series of quick fixes. It's a powerful force that can change the wiring of our brain. In our next episode, we'll explore practical tools and strategies to break free from these cycles and build a life filled with meaningful rewards. Until then, take care of yourself and more importantly of your brain because your mindset truly matters. Thank you.